But because people have got very wrong in their degrees, masters, doctorates, they are confused. They don't know where and how money should come into our system. It is not government that should do that. Government can only get direct foreign currency. Maybe if it has got people that are employed out there, doing services, taxes and so forth and so on, that comes. But otherwise, vanofanira kunge vachishaya opene kuti mari ipinde labor industry. Our people do not know that. So we look forward to the new minister, Professor Mafemi, at least gives that knowledge and understanding to our people. Labor has now been abused to become political activists. And where labor is confused or conflicted to those levels, then it impacts even on negotiations. Because when you say you are negotiating with the workers, you are actually negotiating with a political party. And that now brings mistrust. And this is affecting production. This is affecting even processes of negotiation. You hear, for example, teachers' unions that at their meetings, when they have a slogan in my political parties, and you want sincere engagement with the government, when in your dreams you show clearly that you belong to some political party agenda, you are not even worried about people that chose you into office. You are not even worried about the actual problems that are affecting your people. Then it becomes a confused thing. So this is the problem we have, and one just hopes that one day it will dawn on Zimbabweans to say, we just have to be committed to this thing. We can politic. People have tried for 2 decades to have this administration punished, changed. It has failed. And it is our time together as Zimbabweans that is being consumed for nothing, because they have failed to remove government. We are not even prepared also to be removed. But what we are prepared for is for positive engagement, all of us. And this is why the president has created Poland. But this is not for Gokwe. I just wanted to...
It's fine.
Yes. So, I, for example, am the ZANU PF political commissar. I come from Gokwe. It is again upon the people of Gokwe first to understand why the president has put that trust in me. And it is not mine alone. It should be first for the people of Gokwe. But it is not surprising that you find some people who can be driven by outside forces to fight the appointment. This is how weak we are. This is even how 1,600 people of the pioneer column managed to colonize thousands, if not 1 million plus then, Zimbabweans. Our people are very good at aiding the enemy than aiding their own people. And this is what retards development and progress. We cannot develop because we are fighting against ourselves. Our people are fighting us, and we are fighting as a country, fighting amongst ourselves instead of facing the common enemy. This is where we differ with the Chinese. The Chinese, even when they had misunderstanding and wars, Maos and Shek, when an external invasion came, they agreed to say, no, let's stop fighting. Let's face this common enemy together. And then when we are finished, we decide whether we should go back to fight or not. And this is the kind of engagement that we had begun to see in the late Dr. Tsvangirai. That man has got a lot of respect from me because I personally engaged him. Massive wisdom he had, massive leadership qualities. And being a leader and having leadership qualities are two different. They are just a world apart. A leader can be there without an iota of leadership qualities. But because he or she is there, he will just be a leader, but without leadership necessities. So this is what we have for Gokwe. We have a vision of bringing Gokwe to the same level with another part of the country, where we are not going to be blaming other people, but blame ourselves for not doing what other people are doing. But we need time, because for a long time we were marginalized. We were taken as some, whether fourth or fifth class people, and we don't want to keep blaming other people. We want people to say, you have been given a chance. What have you done? What do you want to do? What do you have in mind for your people? How are you going to implement? So this is what we are. This is what we have. When I look at Gokwe Central, my constituents, I don't limit myself into the constituents because these are just artificial boundaries. But what we have is the entire Gokwe for us. And together, even with fellow MPs and any leadership, we must work together to see that Gokwe develops. I'm very disheartened that even the devolution fund, I'm told people bought furniture instead of providing service to our people. And this is one thing that we cannot accept. We cannot accept that. When government provides devolution funds, it must serve the ordinary requirements, not office furniture. And this is a misplacement. And we cannot tolerate that. I'm happy the Minister of Local Government is working on that. And surely people who think money that is meant to develop the lives of people of Gokwe choose to use that money for personal luxuries, they should not belong to Gokwe. They should not have time in Gokwe. We are people that are seen and are behind in terms of development. We cannot afford to waste a cent giving, pleasure to an individual or a worker. No, we can't have that. We can't do that. And finally, I was talking to the people of Matemadanda one day, saying, but you should understand that people of Matemadanda have always been complaining. We are marginalized, there is no development, there is this, there is this. But our listening president, after having heard that, what does he do? He appoints one of your own to be the Minister of Finance and Economic Development. And one stands up and says, Tina Sila Lutola. And I'm saying, what Luto do you want? This is the machine that you have been provided with. How many times have you engaged him? Askambon, Askakulumila. Why don't you call him? Professor, you are talking about austerity. You are talking about now time for development, for production. What does that mean to the Ndebele people? And he answers in Ndebele. How do we benefit from these programs and projects? He answers in Ndebele. And you do that. You will never develop by complaining. No. We were doing that ourselves in Gokwe. But we have realized that kana tisina zvataita isu tinoramba tichinzi vafudzi vemombe vatsvairi vemudzimba, and we cannot ask government to come and say remove this tag. We've got to remove it and throw it away ourselves. And this is what I urge every community to do, because no one but ourselves, we can never expect development from other regions and other people. That will not happen. We have to do it ourselves. And this is what we strive to do for Gokwe. I said my campaign priorities were, of course, I strive to provide water and sanitation for our people, because it is an area prone to diseases like malaria and so forth. So the mosquitoes breed